Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Good morning.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Look, you like that old look off, Skip? You like that old look off?
Jenny, if you can't beat them, join them.
What?
More and more, no tie.
So let me
Because
guess.
you can't even play for a tie on this show. You lose so much you can't even play for a tie.
So let me go. Let me guess. You want to patent the no, the no tie.
I don't need to patent it. The world knows who started.
No.
Yeah.
It's happy hour. Oh, happy hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do something to relieve the pain.
Oh, we have so much to get to. Packed show today. Our Skip's Cowboys ranked too high. And will the Patriots cover their historically huge point spread on Sunday? But first, guys, a star wants to be traded. After reports surfaced, the Jaguars corner Jalen Ramsey wanted out of Jacksonville. One Super Bowl contender with a questionable defense emerged as a possible landing spot. The Chiefs. Kansas City wide receiver Tyreek Hill and safety Tyrann Mathieu both already got on Twitter to recruit Ramsey, but it won't be that easy. The Jaguars reportedly want two first-round picks for the All-Pro. Shannon, should the Chiefs give up 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey?
Yes. Skip, that's a very, very high price to play.
It is.
Pay, especially for a corner. But the Chiefs are the one team that should be willing to pay that price because they have a need at the position. And I believe, Skip, it's a very fluid situation when you're talking about who's the best corner, but I believe he's the most consistent. This is a guy that everybody talks about, oh, I want to cover the best receiver. But this guy has a lot of frequent flyer miles. He will travel. So he'll follow you slot, he left, right, it doesn't matter. If you're the best receiver, he's willing to go, and he wants to play that style. And I believe if he were to go to Kansas City, he not only helps them defensively, he helps them offensively. Can you imagine if my homeboy got an extra 2 possessions a game?
Oh, I thought you said he's going to play receiver.
He might.
He might.
We don't got a
Probably
need.
could do it.
We don't have a need there because we got plenty. He might be a little bit too slow to play receiver for us. You know what I'm saying? You got to run at least 4-3.
For us.
It's
becoming us now. Okay?
I believe with the addition of Jalen Ramsey, I believe for me, the Chiefs become the prohibitive favorite. Prohibitive.
You said prohibitive
Yes,
favor?
yes.
As in, it's over? It's a done deal?
Yeah, I'm going to put 10 cases.
Turn out the lights?
Seriously?
Yep.
Turn out the lights in Foxborough, right?
Yep.
Done.
Skip, they need, look, the Patriots, what did they do? They won the Super Bowl, and they went and got one of the top receivers in all of football. So how do you combat that? Because now remember now, they went to Arrowhead last year. Chris Hogan and some of these guys. Now you bring AB to the mix. You have to have something to offset that. I believe he's a guy that can help offset that.
Chris Hogan isn't even a Patriot anymore.
Exactly. There are a lot of guys that's not a Patriot anymore. But Skip, I believe he gives them. You have to have something to help offset that. Their defense is still, and I believe it will graduate. It's only 2 weeks into the season. I believe they're going to get better. But, Skip, when you add a talent like that, there's no now you pair him with Frank Clark and Chris Jones and Honey Badger. So now, Skip, okay, that's how you want to do it?
Yeah.
We going to a fight zone, so now you want to fight. So now we come into a fight armed just like you are.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this. And my homeboy, now it's fair. Because we saw last year in the championship game when Patrick Mahomes left the field, he had a 7-point lead. He never touched the field again, and he lost the ball game. Because not only did Brady go down and get the game-tying touchdown, he got the ball first in overtime and got the game-winning touchdown. Jalen Ramsey shut all that down.
Really?
Or he would definitely help shut it down.
Did we get that on tape?
Yeah, get it on tape.
Okay.
Yeah, take a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah, record it. Put it in the archives. You heard it here first.
It has been heard.
Extra, read all about it.
Yep, right
Kansas
here.
City going to the Super Bowl.
Shannon Sharp says Tom Brady is finished.
It's only September, Shannon,
There you
but
go.
we're going
There you go. That's not what I said.
That's where you're headed.
No, Skip. And he also said, during his interview yesterday, he said, I want to win. Can you imagine? You go from Jacksonville, where you worried about if you can get 10 points, to worried about how do you not get 30 a game. Because that's what he does. That's what my homeboy does. I mean, think about it, Skip. He had Blake Bortles. He had the guy, Nick Foles, the Magic Man, can't stay healthy. You see what happens? Can't stay healthy. The same thing happened the first time around in Philly. Couldn't stay healthy, Skip. Go get a starting job. Can't stay healthy, Skip. And guess what? He go to Kansas City. Mahomes gonna be there. He ain't going nowhere. Skip, they'll be favorite. You know that, I know that.
Somebody just said prohibitive.
Prohibitive. And guess
that
what?
means it's over.
And guess what, Skip? Guess where the championship game gonna be at? Arrowhead. And Skip, they need, look, I don't think there's only one team really in the AFC West that can beat them, that can score enough points, and that's San Diego. And what do they have? Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. So
they have a loss at Detroit, is what they have.
Oh, they had some losses last year, but they also went to Arrowhead late in the season, and Phillip Rivers got a game-tying touchdown late and a game-winning two-point conversion.
He did.
So, Skip Bayless, you know this. I know you don't want it to happen. You don't. But Skip, what's 2 first-rounders? Especially if you let us, because the picks gonna be 30s. It's not like you're gonna be picking top 5, top 10. You're gonna be in the 30s. You mean to tell me you think you can find somebody in the 30s that's going to be better than Jalen Ramsey, who's about to turn 25 in a month? Let that sink in for a second. He's about to turn 25, and he's one of the premier corners in all of football. Do this deal, Andy, and let's get ready to celebrate in Miami. I'll meet you down there, Big Red.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Red.
That was my brother calling. He was my brother OC in Green Bay.
No, he was.
Fired up.
You know, if you're right about your premise that it would be over for the New England Patriots, then they should give 3 first-rounders.
No, they don't need that.
Yes, well, I'm just saying that's how important that would be. If you're right about what you're saying, they should do it. They should give 2 firsts and a second and a third. It would be worth it in the long haul. If you can go win 1 Super Bowl and beat that team in Foxborough, it would be worth all of that and more. Trust me on that.
Yes, absolutely.
But the reason your opening salvo, once again, leaves me chuckling over here is I'm chuckling with pity for you because you still don't get it. You will never learn. There is one man in sports you do not bet against. You can have all the Jalen Ramseys you want, and you don't bet against Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady Jr. You do not bet against him.
They get Jalen Ramsey. I'm betting against all 4 of them.
And by the way,
Thomas, Edric, what's his name? Edward, Patrick, Brady. I'm betting against all 4 of them.
You can make him Eldrick if you want.
Yeah,
to.
I'm betting against all 4 of them. Kansas City gets Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. I hope, and I'm pretty sure that a tape of your opening salvo will somehow make its way back to Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., because that's just exactly the Hall of Fame type motivation that he needs to close another mouth, to shut down another doubter, because you have been a doubting Tom from the start.
I hope it makes its way to Kansas City. They said, Shannon Sharp said, we get Jalen Ramsey, it's a done deal, book it.
Go do it. And I got to tell you, I will not condemn the Chiefs and Andy Reid, Big Red, for doing this because they are desperate, because they know what a force they're up against in Tom Brady. And again, the Hall of Fame type motivation that he needs. 24 years of age. You could argue the best corner in football. Let's go do it. I will not condemn them for trying this. But in the end, it just won't work, because in the end, this is the Odell Beckham Jr. of cornerbacks. This is a young man who's extremely, everything you said about him, he's extremely gifted. There are days I do think he's the best corner in football, because he's got the size and the quickness and the speed and the physicality to just shut down a number 1. And he does travel. I give you all the above. He ultimately proves to be more trouble than he is worth, because he is the classic me player in the we sport that is the National Football League. He is constantly the eye of a storm that he creates in a locker room that distracts the football team from the ultimate goal in your sport that you know all too well, because you have 3 Super Bowl rings, and that is winning. He is more interested in clicks and likes. He is more of a prisoner and a victim of social media than he is a winning football player.
The man wants to, as great as he is, we know very little about him unless he said something, because he's in Jacksonville. They're not going to win. Now he's going to be in Kansas City. He's going to be in Kansas City, where they're serving up great ribs and victories.
Can we just quickly hit the lowlights of Jalen Ramsey's career, and it's a pretty young career. It's a pretty short career.
What are they?
There are too many for me to even have time on this show. I need 3 hours of show to go through them.
All right.
But I'm just going to hit the lowest of the lowlights because it started with that 2016 draft in which he went 1 pick after Ezekiel Elliott. He went 5th to the 4th that was Zeke.
Right.
And I was all for Joey Bosa, who went 3rd to the then San Diego Chargers, obviously. And I was okay with Zeke because I hadn't really thought of strengthening a strength of the team. But then Jalen was left on the board at 5. And he was so angry about it that, as Jane Slater tweeted, we had her on the show here recently, but of NFL Network, she tweeted about what he had said at that point about Jerry and company in Dallas. He said, I will never play for them unless the Joneses leave, because he thought they had disrespected him, and he called it a losing franchise. So again, there was some prospect that the Cowboys would get involved in trading for Jalen Ramsey.
They got enough. They haven't got enough money. They need to worry about somebody else. But Skip, here's the thing. I mean, look, you might say that Dallas is a losing franchise, but they have won. They do have a somewhat of a winning tradition, although they haven't won in a quarter century. So you got to have an opportunity to go to Dallas or Jacksonville. I get to play in Dallas, Texas, or Jacksonville, Florida. I love Duval County. But come on, Skip, let's be real now.
All right. We have seen that Jalen has loose lips. Things will just spill out. And I think sometimes he wants them back, but they continue to spill. So right away as a rookie, September 25th of his rookie year, he gets into a big battle with Steve Smith and dismisses him as an old man and says he has no respect for him after the game. Do you remember that? So that started him down this path. Then October 23rd of his rookie year, he gets ejected in the 4th quarter for getting into a fight with an Oakland receiver at that point, Johnny Holton. And then we get to January 1st of his rookie year. Ramsey advocates a clean sweep of the defensive coaching staff after the last game. He says we should fire all the defensive coaches, clean the slate, and start over fresh next year.
Harsh.
For a rookie corner, that's a mouthful. Right? Okay. Then we get to